Hey, what's going on everyone? Long time no see, and this is going to be a very quick video, and I apologize for that, but the following video is going to be a project with Qt, which is the subject of this video. Now, I've created a tutorial 2 years ago on Qt. Let me just show you. It was a loan calculator. Here, this one. I have worked with Qt5. At that time, it was the latest edition of the framework, but today we have Qt6. This is the main page. You have products, Qt framework, Qt development tools, Qt design studio, Qt quality assurance, digital ads, and this is the main page where we are right now, which is the latest version of Qt. Limitless scalability. Let's see our next generation user experience. Can see it's used maybe in GPS applications. Yeah. I haven't explored everything myself, but as I said, this is just the introduction to Qt6, and in the next video we're going to see more advanced application. We're going to create an expense tracker. So Qt itself is a cross-platform application development framework for desktop, embedded and mobile. And the supported platforms include Linux, OS X, Windows, Android, iOS, BlackBerry, and more. So it's not a programming language on its own. We said it's a framework which is written in C++. And together with Python, we can create GUI applications. So in order to use the Qt framework, we need a Qt module. So that Qt module that we're going to use is PySide6. So PySide6 is the official Python module from the Qt for Python project, which provides access to the complete Qt 6+0 framework. So it's development in the open with all facilities you'd expect from any modern OSS. I'm sure you can read all of that. I don't know why I'm reading all this, but yeah, because basically I don't bring anything from my mind. You can read all of that and you will get better understanding. We're going just to explore the syntax together. The idea is very straightforward. It works like Kiwi. It works like tkinter or kinter if you prefer to pronounce kinter. It's basically a framework that works with Python, which can create or through which you can create GUI applications. All right, so we will need to install the PySide6 and we'll be ready to go. I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it Qt dot like that. And first of all, I'm going to activate the ppnv shell, the virtual environment, as it's always good practice to create all of your projects in virtual environment, so you can install all of your dependencies isolated from the global file system. And then we're going to install the PySide6 module. Great, now let's test our installation. That you have already the Qt for Python installed. We can just test the setup by running different code lines in the Python shell. So let's open the Python shell and let's import PySide6.Qt core or Qt core. I mistakenly continue to say Qt, but it's pronounced Qt. Okay, and let's print the PySide6 version, right? So we'll say print PySide6 dot dunder version, right? 6.4.2. Okay, great. So now let me open or let's create a file together. I'm going to use NeoVim, but you can use Visual Studio Code, Vim, NeoVim, Nano, whatever you like. There are a lot of code editors and IDEs out there. So the first thing that I want to do here, let me just increase the font a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is to import this system module. And this is an embedded module inside Python. You don't have to import, or you don't have to install it, right? Also the random module. And now I want from the PySide6 to import Qt core, Qt widgets, and Qt GUI. So the PySide6 Python module actually provides access to the Qt APIs as its sub-module. So in this case, you're importing the Qt core, widget, and GUI sub-modules. These are actually sub-modules and not modules, because the main module is the PySide6. And then we will need to create a main class here. So we will define this class and we will call it myWidget. So let's create that, myWidget, and it will take as a main parameter or input the Qt widgets dot qwidget. Okay, you will need to be very careful when you type that. Qt widgets like this, and Q widget, the Q and the W are capitalized. Okay, and we'll have an init method, and we will inherit everything from Qt widgets super module. So super.init. The next thing that I want to create is self.hello, which is going to be a list of hello in different languages. So we can say salut. Salut in French means hello, right? Marhaba means also hello in Arabic. Privyet means also hello in Russian. Hello in English. And we can say konnichiwa. This is in Japanese. Hey. Hey, it's also hello or hi in Polish. So the first thing that I want to create here is a button in the middle of this GUI app. So self.button is equal to, now I'm going to use the Qt widgets submodule. So Qt widgets dot, and I'm going to access a method called QPushButton. This is the function or the method that it's responsible of creating that button. And I'm going to give it a label, click me, or call it, if you will, click me or click here as you like. Also, we want self.text, and self.text is going to get the main or the first label that it's going to be displayed before you click the button. So let's see that. Again, I'm going to use the Qt widgets submodule. I mistyped it here. .q label, and on this label I will say hello world. This is going to be the first label before you will click the button, and you will change the salutations, right, from the hello list. Right, it's going to display random hello in different languages. The second parameter here is the alignment, and the alignment is equal to the Qt core dot Qt dot align. And this is simply tells Qt that I want the hello world to be in the center of the application. Next, we want the layout, so self dot layout is equal to Qt widgets dot qv. The Q and the V are both capitalized, and also the first letter of box, so QVB, then layout, and also the L is capitalized, only the L. All right, and here it will take the self. Then I will take that layout, and I'm going to add widget dot add widget with self.text, right, with this hello world. which we have defined here. And then I will take the self.layout and I'm going to add the button. So add widget, and here is self.button, right? Which we have created here. Let me now get out of that code block quickly and create a decorator, Qt core.slot. Now I want to create a function that will use the random module here to randomize the different words from the hello list. So define, I'm going to call it magic, and then self.text.setText method. Then we'll take the random module dot choice, and we will pass that self.hello list. Great. Then here I'm going to use the self.button.clicked.connect, and I'm going to pass the self.magic. So this magic member function, if you will, randomly chooses an item from the hello list. And when you will click the button, the magic function will be called or triggered. Last but not least, I will need to get out of the total code block here. So you just exit all of that. And I'm going to create the famous if name equal main code block. So if name is equal to main, I want to create the app, and the app here is Qt widgets.q application, right? Then the widget here is my widget class, right? So I'm going to assign that to, then we want to create the dimension for that window. So widget.resize function 800, 800 and 600. And then I want to show the widget or the application, right? And finally, sys.exit app.execute, and don't forget the parentheses. Here, this is just when you will close the application. This is going to shut or exit the main application. All right, so let me actually get out of Vim and run the application, and we will see what will happen. So let's say Python main.py. Yeah, it was, I have a problem with the I and D maybe. Yeah, okay. And another one, oh my god, I cannot write today. Resize. Resize. All right. And there we go. So when we will click here, as you can see, the I hope it's clear for you here, guys. So you can see that when we click, everything changes from the list according to the magic function, right? And it's pretty smart. It when you resize it, it resizes automatically with you, right? You can make it like that, you can make it like this. So I hope this was clear for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like it, share it with your friends. Don't forget to ask questions, give me your feedback, and I will see you in the next video soon. Until then, take it easy guys and stay safe.